Test. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Test. Testy. Let me know if you can hear me, guys.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharp.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 741st edition of TSR Live, the #1 relationship podcast in the world. This is actually a really good point of view. I like this. I like this POV. I really should do this POV a lot more often, because this is very cool. Very, very cool. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to do some on the air, just bear with me. I'm going to do some on-the-air production. Very good. Awesome. Look at that. How about that? Okay, cool. Very good. Very good. It is Wednesday, June 23rd of 2021. It is good to have you guys in this evening. We are streaming live to Facebook, mgtow.tv, Twitch, 3 different YouTube channels. Did I leave anything out? And of course, in crystal clear, high-resolution 4K to Sharp stream. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharp Reality Live a part of your now, I guess, nightly, evening routine. Guys, be sure to get your hands on my free ebook, The 49 Laws of Sharp. This is the perfect guide for anyone who is new to this community. It answers a lot of questions that men have initially when finding content like this, which sets you on the right path as well as sets the tone. A lot of guys have a lot of questions when they first discover content like this. And what really ends up happening is a lot of confusion. This book, this guide, will clear up just about all of the confusion that any man has when they first discover this kind of content. So head on over to donovansharp.com/newsletter to get your free copy today. And you guys had better hurry. You guys better hurry. It is only going to be free for a few more days. So be sure to head on over there and grab that as soon as possible. As soon as possible. All right. Shout out to my Sharp streamers as I itch my ear here. Jesus. There we go. There we go. I'm a little out of practice, guys, but I will definitely tighten things back up as we go along. Great show in store for you guys today. Great content for you. So we're going to do episode 741. Then at 5 o'clock, Eastern, 2 Pacific, I am going to do what I hope is a weekly, maybe even turn into a daily segment called Womanese Wednesdays. I'm doing this with a fellow content creator of mine, Allende Fit. Allende Fit is he is a bona fide IFBB pro bodybuilder. He is an aspiring content creator, and he used to work with Myron Gaines and Fresh Prince CEO, and so now he's going to be working with me. So we're going to give it a kind of a test run today, just to kind of see where this is at. We're going to bring girls onto the show, not in the studio. No one does it like Fresh and Fit does it, but we're going to talk about womanese from a red pill perspective, number one, and get the girls in on the conversation. Listen, man, there comes a time where you have to understand and realize that you have to evolve. Myron Gaines, the Fresh and Fit podcast, and Kevin Samuels, those are two of the fastest growing channels on YouTube. Not just in the manosphere, not in the black community, on YouTube. And what they both have in common is that they have interjected women into the conversation. Not to kowtow to women. This isn't to say that they're changing their message because there are women present. Oh no, that's not what they're doing. What they're really doing is bringing women on to verify the things that we talk about here. Well, with Womanese Wednesdays, my hope is to maybe capture some of the same things. I mean, listen, man, there's only so much I can tell you before you actually start to believe, hey, you know what? Maybe these guys know what they're talking about. Kevin Samuels was the first to break the mold. He had women calling in and verifying red pill truth. Fresh and Fit have women in the studio verifying red pill truth. I figured, you know what? Maybe I'll throw my hat into the ring. Successful people do what other successful people do. So yeah, Falcon Black says, to be fair, Donovan Sharp started the in-house format. Yeah, maybe. But I don't take any credit for Myron's and Fresh's success. Those guys are, like I said, man, if I hadn't given them a shot, someone else would have. What they do is very unique. Same with Kevin Samuels, man. Nobody does it like Kevin Samuels does it, and that's why he is where he is. So, shout out to Dre Raven on Sharp Stream, Technomage B5, Zerold, Tony Vega, Hellfung, Divine Smack, and SD Chris, all on the Sharp Stream mobile app. Big thanks goes out to Falcon Black with the 5 British pound super chat. Says, medium rare, please. Okay, so a lot of you guys think that I'm going to cook this guy. Listen, I'm not going to cook him because I'm trying to be as objective as I can. I am going to be very critical of his critique of our community. So, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, boy. I just put my computer into screensaver mode because, of course, there we are. Jungle ENT says you were right about Mike Rashid. Yeah. I mean, listen, I was right about Mike Rashid, but that doesn't make Mike Rashid a bad guy, Of course, Myron and Fresh were on the Mike Rashid podcast yesterday, and Mike Rashid verified what I said here. He said, listen, I've never had problems getting women. Well, there you go. People like Mike Rashid are few and far between relative to the number of actual men. The reason why Mike Rashid, quote unquote, disagrees with the red pill, or disagreed on some level with the red pill, the reason why people would call him, well, he's a blue pill simp is because he's never really had to be red pill, right? Guys like him don't have, guys like him would never search, how do I get girls? Because Mike Rashid has always been able to get girls. He's, dude, brilliant guy, valedictorian, super athlete, bodybuilder. I mean, what's not to like? So he's basically the Black Dolph Lundgren. He was blessed with looks, brains, and muscles. And I can't hate on him for that. So, and again, guys, you have to be very careful about being critical about someone who isn't red pill aware. Mike Rashid has never had to Google, why do girls get over breakups so easily? How do I get back my ex-girlfriend? He's just not. That's not his fault. That's just how it is. So, shout out to Myron and Fresh, man. They're getting all kinds of run, all kinds of clout. They were on the No Jumper podcast yesterday. I'm not really sure when that's going to air, but shout out to those guys, man. I'm very, very glad. I'm extremely glad that they are having the success that they're having. By the way, Dev and I are going to be in Miami from the, oh boy. All right. I forgot when we're going out there we're going to be flying out there next Tuesday, and we're going to be there till Friday. I'm hoping that Dev and I can make an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast, hopefully on either that Tuesday or Thursday. When he's not doing his main show, just to kind of get our faces out there, maybe inject some positive vibes on the channel. Things have kind of slowed down. A lot of people are saying that I've been shadow banned. Listen, that may or may not be true. But I'm not going to sit around and bitch about it. I'm going to continue to keep my nose to the grindstone, keep putting out this good content, and hopefully we can turn it around. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Uncle Ram says, not cook, but bake. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to cook this pinnacle of man. Maybe I'll just bake him. Okay, from the 29th to the 2nd. From the 29th to the 2nd. Very good. Stephen Lechner says the Clevelander hit the Clevelander poolside. Yeah, that's where Dan Le Batard and Stu Guts do their show. There was one more comment. I wanted to see. I wanted to read this quickly. Where was it? Oh, Chris McNary says, I think he's purple pill. Yeah, he probably is. Guys like Mike Rashid, and that's not a bad thing. Again, he's never had to be red pilled, right? Lorenzo Rock asks, is he top 5%? Yeah, I would say so. Mike Rashid is definitely a top 5%er. He's definitely a top 5%er. So shout out to you guys. Yeah, Uncle Ram says, yeah, YouTube, stop putting your vids in my queue. Yeah. There's definitely something going on. But I applied. I'm eligible for a YouTube contact person. They're going to get back with me here in a few weeks. And hopefully through that YouTube contact person, I can get some things in the algorithm straightened out. But you guys have to also understand, too, the reason. There are a couple of things that were involved, if I can just go off on a tangent here. Number one, my YouTube channel got taken down twice, right? We all know that the forces that were trying to stop the CME were mass reported my channel when I was doing crypto episodes. So those are factors. The second factor is I wasn't creating content nearly as often as I had been. I was a high volume content creator. As soon as I announced the CME, I had really had to concentrate my efforts on the CME. And so the time that I could spend creating content, that obviously suffered. So there are a lot of things involved. But like I said, man, I'm not going to sit around and moan and groan about it. I'm going to do what I've always done. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to evolve. And the train stays on the tracks. Cheat A says, Hurts or Wentz? Wentz. That's the answer. It's definitely Wentz. Oh, by the way, starting this Friday, I'm going to be doing a weekly call-in show with Coach EO. Coach Everett Overton. He and I are going to be doing a weekly call-in show, I think every Friday at 5. Every Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is, oh boy, 4 p.m. Central, where he is going to be. And we're going to do about an hour call-in show. I'll come on and do TSR live at 3 o'clock. Do this for a couple hours, and then we will do a call-in show. Coach EO is as good as they come. He's as knowledgeable as they come. And I want to give him some shine. I really want to give him some shine. He is one of the guys that, he's a content creator that should have a lot more clout than he does. And it's my goal to expose him to a bigger audience because he deserves it. Him and Book of Alpharonomy, man. Those guys are really big into it. Fresh and Fit with the $10 super chat. Says here to support the homie. See you next week. There we go. Absolutely. It's good that yeah, man, it's Fresh and Fit, man. They are blowing up. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, dude, like it's exciting. It really is, dude. Like I had a couple of glasses of wine, man, and I had a couple in me, but I was walking around, I was like, Devin, this is so cool. They're actually on Mike Rashid, man. So really happy for those guys, man. I really am. Headed out to Miami to do a show with them. Also, a photographer that Fresh Prince CEO knows is going to do a photo shoot with myself and the girl, and we're going to do some Instagram branding and all that good stuff. So hopefully we will. That will serve its purpose. Black Pill Crusader says red pillars equals incels in denial. Crypto courses are scams. Oh, Devin, unhide him. I'm going to unhide him. Hold on, I'm gonna unhide the user on the channel. Black Pill Crusader, have at it, buddy. Have at it, man. Have at it. Red pill equals incels. Equals incels that are in denial. Whatever floats your boat, buddy. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, by the way, one last thing before we get started here. Olivia, Dev's niece, is here. We're actually watching her for a couple of days. And dude, it's amazing. She is now 13 years old. It's like she's doubled in size, right? And so normally when she comes over, she'll spend time with us and we'll play games and this and that and the other. Nope. You know what she does? She sits in the living room and she's on her phone. So little by little, she is definitely growing up. And Dev and I always say, man, as soon as she doesn't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese with us, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. So we're gonna try to. Dev's gonna throw a few hot dogs on the grill, and hopefully we can, maybe delay the growth process with Olivia. Smart girl, but it's amazing how quickly. It's amazing how quickly children grow. It's freaking crazy. All right, so let us go ahead and get to today's topic at hand. So, shout out to Justin T. Who sent me a video. No, the chat isn't private. You know what, Black Pill Crusader, you're out. Peace. That dude actually thought that I was going to allow him to be in here and troll. Get out of here. Go fuck yourself, dude. Seriously, just get up out of here. By the way, subscribe to Black Pill Crusader's channel. Subscribe to Black Pill Truth. What other Black Pill channels are out there? Subscribe to all those guys. That way you'll clearly see like what's really going on. At any rate, Justin T sent me a video from a dude who's got a pretty decent sized YouTube channel. His goes by Pinnacle of Man. If you guys look up at your screen, I guess his selling point is naturally meet and attract high quality women in your day-to-day life. Okay, that's, it is what it is. So, he does videos like, can you pass this test? And you can't hide it. The unspoken truth. She only wants this guy. So yeah, listen, man, like he's a guy who specializes, I assume, men's content. Pardon me. Listen, he specializes in seduction and how to become more attractive. And, he does stuff on, stoicism, things of that nature, Well, he recently did a video entitled "The Truth About the Red Pill. Are You Really Alpha?" And just listening to this guy's video, this is actually a pretty entertaining video, at least in the beginning. It was actually quite amusing. It became clear to me, and I will point this out many, many times during this video breakdown, that he, like many other detractors of the red pill community, it's not really an assessment of who we are. Okay? It would appear, actually, you know what? Let me speak in absolutions. He's comparing us to a caricature, right? Just like one of the callers, I think it was one of the callers yesterday said that when people know that they've sort of lost the argument, what they'll do to try to win the argument is they will take everything you say literally, and they will use that against you, right? So this is what this guy does throughout this video. He completely misses the mark on who and what the red pill community is. Again, listen, man, I don't have anything against the guy, but Mr. Pinnacle of Man, I think he needs to do a little bit more research because the way he talks in this video, it really sounds like he only went to the red pill subreddit, and we all know what a shit show that is. So without further ado, let us go ahead and start breaking this bad boy down. Here we go. Actually, this is nonsense. There we go. Someone I love once gave me a box full of darkness, blah, blah, blah. See?
How you feeling, man?
Again, dude. See, again, and I'm all for, being wise and saying, but dude, like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't bag on him for this, but it just says to me when people put these, when people try to put these profound phrases by other people, to me, that's just trying too hard. Like, dude, like, listen, take yourself seriously, not that seriously. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people like that. I'm just like, okay, dude, we got it, right? Like, you're trying to refute the red pill. Like, you putting some quote by Mary Oliver isn't going to make you look or sound any smarter. Get out of here with that. Come on.
Does red pill unlock the truth of female nature and improve your life as a man, specifically with relationships? Now, I will admit in this last video, I came at red pill with a bias. That's because I had a lot of men over the years come to me with this post-red pill resentment and how their lives weren't improving.
So post-red pill resentment and how their lives weren't improving. This is something that I've said this from the beginning. The red pill life isn't for everybody, okay? Once you see the red pill, like once you understand what red pill truth is, it cannot be unseen. That's just the way it is. This is a community of what I like to call 5%ers. And 5%ers are simply men who understand what red pill truth is and actually live the red pill life. So for example, I would say, I don't know, maybe 10% of men in this country, I don't know, I'm probably even underestimating that. Maybe, maybe 10% of people in this country, this region of the world, understand, oh God, I hate this, man. There we go. Understand what red pill truth is, but only 20% of those men actually live the red pill life. And the reason why it's such a small percentage is because living the red pill life is not easy. Living the red pill life is not easy. It's not easy to live a life of dominance. It's not easy to check your woman. It's not easy to live the red pill life. It really, really isn't. How can I put this? The fact of the matter is that living the red pill life isn't easy. And a lot of guys who have post-red pill rage are guys who thought that taking the red pill was just this magic elixir. Oh, I'll just say this to this I'll just use these pickup lines on this girl and this and that, and life will be easy. No. Guys who go into a post-red pill rage are guys who are either stuck in the anger phase or they just were unwilling to do the work. They're just unwilling to do the work, man. Listen, living the red pill life is still it's still difficult for me. It's certainly a labor of love because the rewards are bountiful. But in the end, if you're not willing to do the work, then of course you're going to have red pill rage. I remember when we first moved out here to Philly, I signed up for a jiu-jitsu gym. I was only there for about a month or so because it was BS. And I remember one of the guys asking me, he's like, yeah, what do you do for a living? Yeah, I have a channel, blah, 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 blah. Red pill actually said, he's like, oh yeah, one of the guys like, oh yeah, I tried that red pill stuff, doesn't work. Those are the kinds of guys this dude is talking about. I tried that red pill stuff, but it doesn't work. No, the red pill is not a philosophy. It's not an idea. No, it's a lifestyle, man. And really, the red pill is shorthand for understanding the true dynamics between men and women from a sexual standpoint. That's really all there is to it. So any man who has post-red pill rage is simply a man who either didn't want to put in the work or he got stuck in the in your phase.
So I had to show guys that having a red pill philosophy has a lot of damages to it. I didn't talk about the
philosophy. Here we go.
Benefits. So in this video, what I wanted to do was I wanted to approach red pill with an objective lens.
Which he absolutely did not. Anybody who does, look, man, the Shan Boody video, and the reason I said Shan Boody instead of Shan Boody is because I want to say booty on my podcast 100 times. I mean, I'm getting flagged enough as it is, right? But for this guy to say, well, I wanted to look at it from an objective standpoint, no, you didn't. You didn't want to look at this objectively any more than Shan Boody wanted to look at Candace Owens objectively, any more than I wanted to look at Shan Boody objectively. Let's just, listen, man, I'm coming at this from a biased point of view. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, I am biased, 100%. That doesn't make me a bad person. So again, what this pinnacle of man is already doing, he's already virtue signaling.
Okay, so what I decided to do in this video is I interviewed a top clinical researcher and expert on men's issues, masculinity, and relationships in Dr. Carpenter.
Okay, so, oh boy. I love it when people, when they're critical of our community and our way of thinking, what they do is they hire these experts, clinical psych, or whatever. This guy's he's a head doctor, basically. No disrespect to him. I'm sure he's more than qualified to speak on matters of the mind. But again, I can promise you, this guy knows absolutely nothing about what it is to deal with women here in 2021. And as you will see, the guy actually speaks a lot of truth, but that truth has absolutely nothing to do with the way we think. They pull a lot of things out of thin air. Choose Freedom says it best. It's a praxeology, not a philosophy. That's exactly right. This is absolutely a praxeology. It is constantly changing. So let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to what this clinical. So again, the reason why this guy hired this doctor is because, well, if it comes from him, then it must be true. How much you want to bet this particular doctor didn't come at the red pill from an objective standpoint? Hang on.
He wrote the book, The Non-Alpha Male. Then I spent a lot of money for a 1-hour session with a top YouTuber red pill coach, which I will not name, but we'll see, through the editing, you'll see if I release who he is. But I got his advice to see.
This guy is extremely pretentious. He really is. I'm just going to call it like it is. Look, again, I don't have anything against the guy, but the way he speaks, he just knows he's right. Like it's like his, and you can tell he's a younger guy. He's not, I don't think he's in his 20s, but you can tell he has not really been through it with women. So much so that he actually kind of indirectly makes fun of the red pill. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You'll see.
If I applied red pill advice to my own personal relationship, would it make things better or worse?
Out of all those women, let's say you had sex with 125 women in your life.
Okay.
How many of them gave you money after you had sex with them?
And then the final thing.
See, the reason he laughed is because he has no idea why he asked him that question. He's like, well, none, you idiot. What does that have to do with anything? Again, this doesn't make him a bad guy. This just makes him inexperienced. That's all it is. That's all there is to it.
I decided to do was, well, the third point, you have to see it for yourself, but it is the proof of all if a philosophy would work for you or not.
Oh, here we go.
So,
by the way, I haven't watched this all the way through, so a lot of this stuff I'll be seeing for the first time as well.
Yeah, let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
25, 27 on the outside. After that, they are fucked up, and you don't want to deal with them ever.
All right, so the first expert I decided to sit down with to talk about how really our childhood upbringing really influences the way we relate to women is Dr. Douglas Carpenter. Dr. Carpenter is a licensed psychologist and a professor in the field of psychology. He has his doctoral degree in clinical psychology and his master's of science in counseling.
See, again, the reason he's giving us all of these qualifications is because in his mind, anything this doctor says against the red pill is valid because he's a doctor. Listen, pinnacle of man, I don't give a shit about your education, dude. I really don't. I don't care about your education. I don't care about his education, man. You can read as many books on psychology and masculinity as you want, but the only way to really find out what's really going on with these bitches out here in the street, and yes, I said bitches, is to actually have experience with them. Listening to what some clinical psychologist says about, well, it's because of this and that. No, you got to go out there. You got to skin your knee. You got to get hurt. That's how this goes. I'll put it to you this way. Would you take dating advice from someone who's dated 1,000 women or someone who's a licensed clinical psychiatrist? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Counseling. So Dr. Carpenter had no idea what red pill was, so he did.
Of course he didn't. He had no idea what red pill was, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? If somebody who has no idea what red pill was, if they look up the red pill, the overwhelming majority of the material out there speaks very negatively about the red pill. So we already know, even if he didn't know what red pill was, he's going to come at this with some sort of bias. That's obvious.
Did a little bit of research before our interview, and this is what he had to say in regards to what he found.
Here we go.
So people who have a secure attachment with their caregivers, they tend to develop a healthy mutual respect for themselves and for other people. And when I read the stuff on the red pill ideology or philosophy, I more think it sounds to me like these are issues that are coming out of people who didn't have a secure attachment with caregivers.
Okay, so now he's saying that a secure attachment with caregivers. In other words, coming from a broken home. Does that contribute to it? Yeah, absolutely. But there are plenty of men who came from great backgrounds, great homes. Mom and dad stayed married forever. They had a good relationship. They went out here. They tried to do exactly what their parents did and then got run through the divorce mill, right? He got divorce E-par'd in the divorce court. He goes and dates another woman, has a kid with her. Oh, wait a minute, paternity fraud. Women aren't out here. And again, what he's trying to say is the reason why we think the way we think is because we have mommy issues and daddy issues. I'll be honest, that probably has a little bit to do with it. But the reason why we think the way we think, at least, some of the more experienced guys, is because of experience, right? Okay, most of us come from broken homes. Did that have an impact on my dealings with the opposite sex? Absolutely. But the reason I understand the reason why I understand hypergamy is because I don't want to say a victim of hypergamy, is because I've seen it with my own two eyes. I've been the guy branch swung from, and I've been the guy branch swung to. Her behavior and my view of her behavior had nothing to do with my upbringing. So again, what this doctor is doing is bringing in something that is maybe a little bit of a factor, but trying to make it the one of the only things. Well, the reason why, one thing I discovered when I ran through the red pill subreddit is that these people are having secure. Why doesn't this guy just say, listen, mommy and daddy issues, right? So this is a case of another doctor just trying to use a bunch of words and phrases to make himself sound smarter than he is. Listen, doctor, whoever you are, that's fine. But I can promise you, you know nothing about dealing with women here in 2021. You can talk about attachment issues all you want to. Women are what they are. Women are neither good nor bad. They just are. And oh, by the way, we here, at least in this community, we don't hate women. We don't hate women. We love women very much. Any man who hates women simply does not understand them. That's what it comes down to. A lot of guys who get stuck in the anger phase simply do not understand women. Women are weird, wonderful, fantastic, and fucked up all at the same time, all the time. And the sooner we as men can come to accept that and learn to deal with it, the better off we'll be.
And that may be an absence of a father.
There we go. See, that's all he had to say. Daddy issues.
Yeah.
Hold on. Listen.
With caregivers.
Listen, this is funny.
Sounds to me like these are issues that are coming out of people who didn't have a secure attachment with caregivers. And that may be an absence of a father.
Just say daddy issues, doctor. Come on.
Yeah.
in their lives.
Mhm.
Now, if you have an absence of a father, or you have a father who's abusive to you, who's wounding you, you're going to be left with that void of father hunger.
Okay, wait a minute. So we've gone from we've gone from RP Truth to abusive fathers, and it looks like I'm very, very dark on the screen. Maybe I need to turn up the maybe I need to turn it up a little bit. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. So whoa, wait a minute. So we go from viewing women the way women are viewed, from daddy issues to whoa, all of a sudden now we're talking about abuse? Come on, man. Like what? I mean, like come on. What are you, a woman?
And you're probably going to go on to then seek that out in places in your life. And sometimes you can seek that out in problematic areas, like maybe even a coach that's not really a good leader or a person of good character.
A coach, a person of good character. I'm going to play that one more time. And what you will see is that he's applying the same standard. Listen one more time.
And you're probably going to go on to who's wounding you.
Hang on.
Or caregivers, they tend to develop a healthy mutual respect for themselves and for other people. And when I read the stuff on the red pill ideology or philosophy, I more think it sounds to me like these are issues that are coming out of people who didn't have a secure attachment with caregivers. And that may be an absence of a father.
Daddy issues.
Yeah.
In their lives. Now, if you have an absence of a father, or you have a father who's abusive to you, who's wounding you, you're going to be left with that void of father hunger. And you're probably going to go on to then seek that out in places in your life. And sometimes you can seek that out. And
he paused. I'm gonna increase the. Just give me a second, because I gotta turn up the light here. Give me a second, guys. There we go. Couldn't even see myself. So he paused right after he says, so they go and seek that out in
problematic areas,
like pause,
maybe even a coach.
Guys, that's the standard you use for a woman. That's what he's talking about. Women with daddy issues turn into 304s. That's the void of father hunger. That's daddy issues. Seeking out love from men in a sexual way because they have daddy issues. And the reason we know that this is what he was talking about is because he was about to say that. But he said, well, it's a dating coach. Come on, man.
It's not really a good leader or a person of good character, or ideology online in a boys club or a men's club somehow that has real derogatory ideas.
Derogatory ideas like, see, again, anytime we point out unflattering truths about women and their nature, now all of a sudden it becomes derogatory. But when women say, oh, guys are pervs and they're evisuba, well, those are facts, right? So we can say that women are hypergamous and women like the branch swing and women are the lowest common denominator. Oh, that's misogynistic. That's derogatory. No, those are facts, doctor.
About women or just life in general.
So from the objective research he found,
This guy actually reminds me of somebody else who did a documentary kind of spinning it off as fact. So again, he wants us to believe that this was through the objective research. This qualified doctor is saying,
said that most men who have the beliefs that people in the red pill philosophy have generally have a insecure attachment style. And that
insecure attachment style, what does that mean?
Kind of gets played out over and over with future partners.
This is funny. So what he is saying is that the reason why we think the way we do is because we have an insecure attachment style. He still hasn't defined that, right? Are they daddy issues, mommy issues? What are they? No, Mr. Pinnacle of Man. The reason we think the way we do is because of experience, right? And again, guys like this, men like this, don't want to give credence to experience. A lot of time they say, well, just because you had an experience or two with somebody doesn't necessarily mean, no, you're absolutely right. I have not dated every woman. I've dated a lot of women. But when you find guy after guy, tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands, then millions of men who all tell the same kinds of stories, that's how these communities start, right? Well, wait a minute. Your firstborn wasn't your kid, and your wife swore up and down that it was a one-time thing? Your first kid happens to be your boss's? Oh my God, wait a minute. Your wife started sleeping with her boss too. So did mine. What did she tell you to try to throw you off the scent? One thing leads to another. Devin's brush. Unbelievable, man. One thing leads to another, and now there are open forums. Before you know it, the red pill community is created.
That they really get with. I kind of like fell into a little bit of like the dark side of like seeing women as like the solipsistic, like, you know.
Solipsistic. I've never heard that word until I found the red pill community.
You know, always going to just follow their emotions and like never like, are you saying that like some.
These are leading questions, by the way. Like, dude, come on, man. We're not idiots, dude. Come on.
Someone will create a worldview about someone who traumatized them and kind of like diminish them a little bit and make them.
See, here he is. So what he's thinking is they will create a worldview about one person who traumatizes them, and then they start these communities.
Less human? Is that part of the trauma?
Less human? What? Who said anything about making women less human? Do you see how the questions this guy is asking are just, he really is insulting our intelligence. He really, really is. He's pretending that this conversation didn't already happen. He's pretending that he really did do after objective research.
Trauma process?
Yeah, that can definitely happen. You know, I think
Yes, that can definitely happen, absolutely. That's not the case with 99.99% of men who are in the red pill community.
trauma becomes the glasses that we wear throughout our lives.
Right. You're absolutely right. But again, what they're saying is one trauma, right? Men get traumatized a couple of times, right? And it's fair to say, hey, listen, man, you can't take, and a lot of people say, well, you can't take one experience and apply to the rest of your life. Guess what? Men are experiencing the same things with different women again and again and again. And these are women from all walks of life. These are young women, old women, career women, women who work at McDonald's, Burger King, women who work in offices, foreign women now. Every race, color, creed, age, none of it makes a difference. Men in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s are experiencing the same things with women. The same things. So to try to characterize this, well, this is just this fringe group of guys who had one, maybe two traumatic experiences in their life, and they formed a worldview to make women less human. No, actually. No, we are talking millions of men who have had these traumatic experiences, and they all started talking to each other. And at some point, they decided, okay, wait a minute. So it's not just me. I'm not the one. Wait a minute. I'm not the only one this has happened to. I'm not the only one whose wife slept with my best friend. Again, that's how these start. They're trying to characterize this as though the red pill community is just a bunch of one-offs. Okay, they had trauma. They started their own little boys club, right? And this doctor actually corrected himself. Boys club, men's club. You can tell this guy's a feminist, right? Because only a feminist would use the word boys club.
You know, because when we're traumatized, we develop, you know, in cognitive behavioral terms, a schema. And so that's a belief system, a way of looking at the world, a way of
more word
processing events.
Right. See, again, he thinks because of all the word salad and what his name is preceded by, we're just supposed to take this as gospel.
So
listen, and he's not lying. He's telling the truth. But that truth does not relate to most guys in the red pill community. That's just all there is to it. The reason why we think the way we think is because of experience, not schema.
When you go through a trauma, that becomes part of your lens that you see the world through. And either you recreate that trauma or you develop a belief system around that, like all females are going to react this way. Or my mother wasn't affectionate with me and she was kind of rejecting. So then you even subconsciously may seek out females that are then kind of distant from you, don't give you what
these guys are doing is what they're doing is they're saying the reason why the red pill community exists because a bunch of mentally unhealthy guys decided that because of an isolated experience, we're just all going to band together and just decide to shit on women. What these guys are saying is that the mindset these guys have has nothing to do with women. What they're trying to say is that, well, all of this red pill stuff happened long before they even reached adulthood. The problem isn't the women. The problem are these red pill men. Fuck out of here. Wait a minute. All right, let me read a couple of super chats here. Chris McNary, $10. Thank you for that. Says, you doing great. You were the first YouTuber I searched for red pill knowledge. Fresh and Fit are great too, because I am young and traveling a lot. Good for you, man. Always good to hear that kind of stuff. Janik, Italian, 25 Hong Kong dollars, says almost 4 a.m. here. Catch you on the replay. Cheers. Appreciate that, Janik. Or Yannick. Is it Janik or Yannick? I got it. Red Sings the Blues, $5. Says, I'm going to save up and go to the CME. Looked like fun. Yeah, it was an absolute blast. Serious on the Sharp Stream side says there's more than just incels in the TRP. Dude, 100% right. Serious again says the goal of men should always be to grow, not giving up. Being a quitter is the antithesis of being a man. Totally agree. Serious also says on the Sharp Stream side says being a doctor doesn't mean anything when most of the knowledge is just memorization from a certain point of view written in textbooks. Exactly. This guy is not speaking from, a place. And listen, man, no shade on the doctor, but he doesn't know what he's talking about with regards to the red pill community. All he's doing is spouting off, just like what Siri said, it's just the textbook. Like, dude, like, what are we doing? Let's see. Technomage B5, Sharp Stream, says at some point you realized you weren't getting the results you wanted and reevaluated, right? After all, you ended up here. Exactly. Let's see. Sirius also says it's a gross misunderstanding of the red pill. It's coming from the black pill anger phase of the men's community, typically from incels. By the way, there's no such thing as, well, the only incels there are men who are mentally or physically handicapped. Men who are mentally or physically handicapped. Okay? If you really wanted to go out and get some peace leave, you could hire a professional. You could do that. There are counties in the state of Nevada where you could do it legally. That's all I'm going to say. There's really no such thing as an incel. Even Stephen Hawking got some ass before he died. But he was a genius too. So, all right, let's continue.
And so it's just a constant battle at trying to get what you want from them, but you're never going to get it because of what you're subconsciously seeking out.
Nobody subconsciously see again, when what he's saying sounds good, but none of that applies to this. Listen, are there people this applies to? Absolutely. Do some of those people find the red pill community? 100%. But again, what this doctor is saying is that the reason the red pill community exists has nothing to do with the way women are and everything to do with past trauma and what they're subconsciously seeking out.
You know, so what I see is happening is that these guys are picking women that are very, more mentally unstable, I guess. Like,
see, here we go. It's not the women, it's the women you're dating. This is a female perspective. This is coming from a female perspective. When you talk about, well, I've dated a bunch of women and they did X, Y, and Z, well, maybe it's the women you're dating. Well, maybe it's just women. See, listen, man. Any man who has had a woman run him through the divorce mill or cheat on him or commit paternity fraud, guess what? I can promise you that guy's ex-girlfriend wife has almost 99.9% of the same traits my girl has. That's right, I said it. Any man who has ever been wronged by a woman, as awful as she is, all of the crazy, crappy traits she displayed, the lying, the cheating, the deceit, 99.9% of the traits that she has, found in my girlfriend. The difference is that I just learned how to deal with it. That's all there is to it. I learned how to deal with it. I said, okay, we have an issue. Let's solve the problem. There's nothing special about my girlfriend. If Devin were with another guy, guess what? She'd be running circles around him if he didn't understand the truth about women, which is really shorthand for the red pill. She absolutely would. But because I understand, pardon me, and I'm not afraid to enact red pill, how can I put this? A red pill life, red pill way of thinking, that at least keeps those things at bay. Women are feral creatures. Women cannot be trusted to their own devices, guys. Women, when left to their own devices, are self-destructive. If you don't believe me, take a look at the dating market. Anything women have complete control over is an absolute shit show. Themselves. Enough said. You give women complete control over themselves, dude, tattoos, piercings, 6 kids by 6 different men. Dude, the list goes on. Hypergamy, dating apps. There are more single women in this day and age than there has ever been in human history. Women have had complete control over themselves, and they have completely destroyed themselves. Kids, that's another thing women have completely destroyed. People raised by single mothers are at a disadvantage, myself included. Yes, I came from a broken home, but guess what? The reason why I am quick to emotion is because the dominant figure in my childhood was my mother, who was a woman who was emotional. I didn't have a father teach me emotional mastery, okay? The person who helps me the most with emotional mastery is Kevin Samuels. I talk to him 2-3 times a day, right? Kevin Samuels is the big brother I never had, right? Let's take it to the black community. And this completely has everything to do with this. The reason why the black community reacts so emotionally to everything is because the black community is run by women. Most black people are raised by black women, which is why most black people are emotional. Most black people don't have emotional mastery. Guys like Kevin Samuels are a rarity. To be able to stand in the eye of the storm and keep your cool at all times, that takes a level of emotional discipline that just isn't taught in today's men, especially black men. So yes, I am self-aware enough to understand. And listen, I make my own choices. I'm not blaming my mom for anything. But the reason why I'm so quick to just jump off and get emotional is because of the example that I had. Not her fault. She's a woman. She's only going to act the way she acts. That's how this is. If women are given complete control over anything, entity, whatever, they completely destroy it. Themselves and children included.
Needs more mental support already, and they have trauma in their life as well, right?
Absolutely. Because, an insecurely attached person is going to seek out an insecurely attached person.
Means we need others to survive, right? You basically abandon a child, they will die even if they have food and water.
Here we go. What does, see, again, he's getting too far into the weeds. He's out thinking the room here.
We need connection, right? And so connection is a basic survival need. And so if you get abandoned, it is equated to the fear of loss of death. So what you're going to learn is that this person, whether male or female, or both, you can't trust them. You can't get close to them, because if you get close to this person, they will hurt you. So you have to distance yourself. You have to put up barriers emotionally, physically, cognitively, to protect yourself. What you're essentially going to do is that you're going to attribute all the same ways or schemas of believing, thinking, feeling, and acting from this environment to that environment. Even if that person, woman, is different and she actually is going to meet your needs and not abandon you.
And that is the problem. That's the problem. Did you hear what he just said? Even if you find a woman who's different, oh no, pinnacle of man, that is your problem. And believe it or not, that's not a bad thing. There is no such thing as a special woman, okay? Women, not all, we say this, all women are like that. Are absolutely every single solitary, do 112% of women act the same ways? Of course not. But most of them do. You understand what I'm saying? When we say all women are like that, we don't mean that all women are the same, okay? What we mean, which is the truth, is that all women operate under the same set of circumstances, the same set of directives when it comes to mate selection. That's what that means. I'm going to say that again. All women are like that does not mean all women are the same. All women are not the same. Some women like the color blue. Some women like the color red. Some women like Chinese food. Some women like Italian food, right? Some women are black. Some women are white. I'm being facetious, but you understand. No, all women are like that. quite simply means that all women, and I mean all women, operate under the same circumstances and have the same directives when mate selecting. We as men, all men are like that. Men, we like beautiful women. Yes, we do. Men, we like feminine women. Yes, we do. The difference is that we don't deny our nature. See, women, one of the main differences between men and women is that women deny their true nature. We say, well, you just like him because he's got abs. That's not true. Listen, okay, like that's nothing wrong with that. But women don't want to be seen as shallow or immoral. Women want to be seen as these virtuous creatures. No, women do not love unconditionally. There are conditions to a woman's love, because if there weren't conditions to a woman's love, then we'd all be fat lobs of shit. Hypergamy is good for men. Hypergamy is the reason why I'm not a fat ass right now. All women are like that. What that means is that all women operate under the same directives when mate selecting. That's how it is. Uncle Ram says the car theory. That's exactly right. The car theory and the computer theory, right? Are all computers the same? Nope. Are all cars the same? Nope. But guess what? The pedal on the right propels the car forward. The pedal on the left stops the car. It might be a Lamborghini, could be a Toyota, Alfa Romeo, could be any number of cars, but they all work the same way. Some are stick shift, some are automatic, some are paddle shifters, doesn't matter. They're not the same, but they all operate in the same way when it comes to propelling forward. It's the same thing with dating.
You don't trust that because your brain, your ego, your defense mechanism.
Here we go, ego. Defense mechanism, right?
Your subconscious brain, which is all the same thing, develop these new ways of thinking that I'm going to protect myself.
Okay, so if I put my hand on the stove and I burn my hand, right? And I'm thinking about putting my hand back on the stove, my brain tells me, well, remember, Donovan, you burned your hand last time you were on the stove. Tell me how that's a bad thing. Tell me how that's a bad thing. If you date a woman and she has a male personal trainer and she ends up sleeping with her personal trainer, the next time you start dating a woman and she says, I'd like to get a male personal trainer, what are you going to do? Say, well, I don't want to develop a defense mechanism and I don't want to seem insecure. No. You simply let her know, well, listen, you can do whatever you want, but I'm here to let you know I don't date women who have male personal trainers. And then she can make a decision from there.
And I can't get close to women, right? All women are going to hurt me. And that's essentially what he's saying.
Why does he keep saying woman, all woman?
Yeah, it's you find what you seek, right? And so when I'm
See, again, the reason why women are terrible is because we're only looking at terrible women. No, this is every woman, man. This is, and the reason women act this way is because they are incentivized to. And listen, man, we can sit here and talk about how terrible women. No, women are not bad. Women are not terrible. No, women are like water. They take the shape of the container that they're put in. Dating apps, Instagram, social media, and everything around them telling them that it's empowering to share their bodies with a bunch of men and be deceitful and lie and cheat. Well, that's what they're going to do. So that's partially our fault.
What I'm kind of summarizing from our conversation so far is that, like, one, a lot of these guys did have a maladaptive attachment style or an insecure attachment style.
Dude, come on, dude. Speak
that was
English,
then
man.
played out over and over, subconsciously creating this wound to get deeper and deeper, and then they're kind of putting up these mounds of like beliefs to protect themselves from getting close to a woman again and getting hurt. Is that what I'm hearing? Kind of overall,
God. Dude, what kind of question is that? So what he's saying is like, oh my God. What he's saying is that most people, when they wear white tennis shoes out in the wintertime, their feet get colder than if they wear black tennis shoes. Yes or no?
Absolutely, because the
Come on, man.
other three problematic attachment styles really enter.
And you want to know something? What that exchange was, that's not untrue. That's absolutely true, but that doesn't explain, that doesn't apply to guys who are in the red pill community. This is absolutely crazy. Khalil G, $15, says it is disingenuous and disrespectful for them to reduce self-deletion from serious issues as one-time trauma. Couldn't agree more.
Your ability to build true intimacy.
Yeah.
You're either anxious or you're avoidant or you have what's called a disorganized style. And all three of
See, again, I want to reiterate that they are once again, women are not being held accountable for the way they are. They have not acknowledged At least not yet. They haven't acknowledged, well, maybe the reason why these guys think the way they do is, I don't know, maybe girls out here are fucked up? Nope. It's cognitive dissonance and all this word salad and this, that, and the other, developing, non-whatever. Dude, speak English. That's one thing I love about the red pill community. We speak very plainly. We don't need to bring on doctors. We don't need studies. We don't need statistics to know that we're telling the truth. We see this in our everyday lives every day. And I'll tell you something else. If there's anyone watching who's on the fence about whether or not this whole red pill truth is true, dude, take 3 months. Take 3 months and drive Uber. Just 3 months to drive an Uber. 3 months to drive an Uber and do it only at night. That will red pill you. Ask any taxi cab driver. Any cab driver will tell you, oh, you kidding me?
Those are going to be disruptive in your ability to attach to another person in a healthy way, because you haven't learned healthy expectations from another person or even from yourself.
Tell her she's fat. Do these things. You need to go work out, go to the gym, go do something.
Now, you would think the best way.
So now this guy is, so he's trying to insult our intelligence by bringing on this doctor and giving us all this word salad that has very little to do with a very small portion of the red pill community. But now he is trying to make us a caricature. He's trying to make us meathead red pill bro. I'm an alpha bro.
To see if a philosophy or an approach to a specific area of life works is to see if the coaches or the experts are applying and getting the results that they promise, right?
Yes.
For example, if you were to follow a workout YouTuber or nutritionist or fitness expert, you would expect them to have a good body. You would expect them to have the product that they are then preaching.
That's right.
You wouldn't follow a fitness YouTuber who was overweight.
Nope.
Right? And saying all these things about what you should do to eat, but yet they are not in good shape. They can't lift a lot of weight.
That's exactly right.
The point.
Absolutely.
So I don't have to do much research to show you this. And I'm actually not going to expose a lot of these red pill coaches. I have a video down below that you can check out. Someone else already did that. But
oh, he said someone else already did that. He's probably talking about MGTOW Dictionary.
Man, look, man, if red pill philosophy works so well, then these coaches would be living the ideal lifestyle. And the ideal lifestyle of a red pill person is to be dating multiple high quality women.
Oh, see, now there he goes. The ideal lifestyle is to be dating multiple women? High quality women? What?
Is it not? I mean,
no, it's not.
Spinning plates of a bunch of 8s, 9s, and 10s, right?
Yeah, wrong.
How many red pill coaches are actually doing that?
Yeah, see, how many red pill coaches actually did that? You're looking at one right here, okay? You see, this is why we know he's got it wrong about the red pill community. He didn't do his research. He went into the red pill subreddit and he read a bunch of junk. He read a bunch of junk. Listen, have I been spinning plates of 8s, 9s, and 10s? Absolutely. I did it in Las Vegas for almost 8 years. Absolutely, positively did that. But what this guy doesn't understand is that that's not the ideal red pill life, okay? You want to know what the consequences are of spinning plates, 8s, 9s, and 10s? How about pregnancy scares? How about STD scares? How about not remembering her name, right? How about pissing all over a place because you didn't remember whether or not you used a condom last night? You see, I've said this multiple times on my channel. I've said this dozens of times. It was a magic fucking carpet ride out there in the 702. I would not trade it for the world. But I would not advise anyone to live that life. Listen, go out, chase girls, holler at girls. You're going to have to experience some of this stuff if you're going to get good with women. You're going to have to be able to be impervious to the looks and the wiles of a woman. The only way you can do that is, of course, to have experience with beautiful women. But for this guy to sit here and use a caricature of what he believes the red pill community is, that's disingenuous. He didn't do his research. Have you heard of the Conference of Masculine Excellence? Have you even been on my channel? Yeah, go to the first 100, 200 episodes. Yeah, I talk about spinning plates. I talk about banging 8s, 9s, and 10s. That is not the ideal red pill lifestyle. The ideal red pill lifestyle is becoming the best version of yourself. You get to a point in this red pill truth, you understand that women are not necessary. Women are not everything. As a matter of fact, you kind of figure out, well, wait a minute, women are nice to have, but they're really more of a hindrance to someone trying to become the best version of themselves, right? What he is doing is he's trying to make us all meathead red pill guy. He's trying to, and the way he's doing this is like, well, isn't it to spin plates, right? No, No. You need to do your research. And before you come after communities like this, you need to do your research, homie. And the fact that he said that somebody else already exposed it, I guess I should have looked. I guess I should have looked before. But if this guy is basing this off guys like Anthony Johnson and MGTOW Dictionary and those guys, Black Pill Truth, you really got to do your homework. Do your homework, dude. Listen.
Just think about it, man. If a philosophy worked, then wouldn't you see it with the coaches? Wouldn't you see it with the experts?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to my Facebook page, go to my Instagram page, and you will see all the shenanigans that I have. But listen.
I mean, what do you really want? Do you want one high-quality woman? Do you want to be dating multiple women? Why do you think these guys are not getting what they're promising?
No, nobody's promising anything. See, again, he's conflating one community with another. He's talking about the PUAs. I used to be a part of that community. My only goal in life was to smash as much peace leave as possible. But you want to know what happened, Mr. Pinnacle of Man? I grew up. I understood that, you know what? Women are nice to have, but they are not necessary, right? And he asked the same stupid questions that a lot of our disingenuous detractors act. Well, if this guy were really red pill, why isn't he sleeping with a bunch of 8s, 9s, and 10s? Because sleeping with a bunch of 8s, 9s, and 10s takes time and work, fam. And with what I'm trying to build, I ain't got time for that. Homie, I've done that before. I've done it before, and to be honest with you, I say I wouldn't trade it for the world. I would like to cut that time in half because I wasted a lot of time and money chasing ass in Vegas. Don't get me wrong, it was a good time. But now at 43 years old, rather than 33, I understand the value of the commodity of time, right? Could I go out here and be dating a couple of 19, 20-year-olds? Sure. But if I did, I wouldn't have time to be doing what I'm doing. So for this guy to sit here, what he is describing is he's describing the red pill community back in the early 2000s. Mystery, Neil Strauss, Ross Jeffries, what's the one guy's name? Owen Cook, right? He's acting like we're just a bunch of pickup artists who are promising $4,000 boot camp. You'll be up to your eyeballs and no, dude, do your research, man. Do your research. The red pill community at this point is so much more than you are acknowledging. Either this guy is fucking ignorant or he just didn't do his homework. He just didn't do his homework, man. Shouldn't they be dating 8s, 9s, and 10s? No, because we wouldn't have time for shit else. And if you had experience with hot girls, then you would understand that.
A lot of these coaches, oh man, you gotta be spinning all these hot girls and all. It's not working. It doesn't work.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. When you focus on just chasing peace leave, oh, it works. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of money, but it works. But here's the thing. Pickup techniques only work when you do. It's not some magic pill that you pop and all of a sudden you become instantly attractive to all 8s, 9s, and 10s, idiot. And you know what? It's interesting. He's actually starting to get emotional here, as I am too, because this guy's really pissing me off. He's actually starting to get emotional here. He actually strikes me as the kind of guy who tried that red pill stuff and it didn't work. Listen to the way he says it doesn't work. It's almost like look at his facial and look at his voice inflections in his face. Watch.
I think these guys are not getting what they're promising. A lot of these coaches, oh man, you gotta be spinning all these hot girls and all. It's not working.
Dude, who the fuck are you talking about? What coaches? It's funny, everybody wants to group us in as these dating coaches. Dude, I'm not a dating coach. I'm a relationship expert.
It doesn't work.
And how do you know? How do you know it doesn't work? Oh yeah, that's right. You probably tried it. That's why you're pissed off you got veins bulging out of your head.
Seeing women this way attracts
low
quality women.
Oh, there he goes again. Seeing women this way attracts low quality women. No, it doesn't. It keeps the low quality women away, or you understand how to handle low quality women. See, what the red pill does is it exploits ain't shit bitches. Here, Mr. Pinnacle of Men, right? What the red pill does is it helps men to understand the difference between a woman who is worth actually spending time and money and attention on and the women who are good for nothing but sticking your sausage in. That's it. That's it. I mean, there are a lot of simplicities when it comes to the red pill, but that's really what it comes down to. So yeah, the red pill does work, dude. It sounds like this guy, listen, Uncle Ram says he's in the red pill rage phase. I think he is too. I think this guy's exposed himself. Dude, look at his face. Look at his face. He looks pissed off. He really, really does look pissed off. You want to know something, Pinnacle Man? I was pissed off too. But you want to know what I did? Instead of casting all my anger at the red pill coaches that you mistakenly thought they were just going to give you some sort of magic formula and bling your king dingling, I sought to understand women. I don't hate women because I understand them. You still don't understand women, and it's written all over your face. You're still pissed off. You are still pissed. That's okay, but don't blame me. Don't blame us. I ain't no goddamn coach.
Let's move to the next point.
Was he getting, look at this.
Quality woman.
Watch this.
Let's move to the next point.
Was he crying?
They're all sluts.
Tell him, AMS.
All of them.
Let him know something.
I mean, all of them.
Okay, so the final.
Real talk. Hold up, I'm gonna rewind that, dude. Yo, shout out to AMS. AMS, check it out. I was about to make fun of the fact that his dogs are small, but so are mine, so all right.
Let's move to the next point.
They're all sluts.
All of them.
I mean, all of them.
Okay, so the final thing I wanted to do was I wanted to hire one of the top Red Pill coaches. I can't believe I gave this guy money, but you know,
Dude, you're doing a bad acting job. Don't do that.
for research purposes, right? To show you what actually happened. So, you know, I decided to basically, I don't know how this actually happened, but I actually had a real problem with my girlfriend that I decided to give the exact details to this guy and see what his advice would be. So let's review this.
Yeah, man, I'll get right to it since, you know, we don't got much time. Been dating this girl. She's for about 6-7 months. You know, I'm not gonna lie. She's, you know, highest quality girl I've ever dated. Like perfect body, best everything, right? So like,
Whoa, wait a minute.
like highest quality girl I've ever dated. You know, I'm not gonna lie. She's, you know, highest quality girl I've ever dated. Like perfect body, best everything, right? So like,
Okay, highest quality girl I've ever dated. What's the first thing he said? What's the first thing he said? Let's go. Let's rewind.
for about 6-7 months. You know, I'm not gonna lie. She's, you know, highest quality girl I've ever dated. Like perfect body.
Perfect body. There we go. There we go. And again, a woman having a perfect body, that gives her high sexual market value. Just because a woman has value doesn't mean she's quality. There are a lot of girls out here who have very high sexual market value. Not too many of them high quality. Super high quality, what's the first thing he said? Perfect body. Well, there we go. Again, he is outing himself as someone who does not have much experience with women. That doesn't make him a bad guy. That's not a slight on him as a man, but that's the reason why he's still in this black pill rage. That's why he's still in this black pill rage, because he just doesn't have enough experience.
Best everything, right? So like,
Best everything.
like I'm finna, you know, be monogamous with her and try
Did he say I'm finna? Hold up. Did he really say
perfect body.
Hold up.
Best everything, right? So like, I'm finna, you know.
All right. Okay, guys, listen, dude's got a little soul. Look, man, I'm finna do this.
Be monogamous with her and try
I'm finna be monogamous with this bitch.
to, you know, wife her up a little bit. And man, she like ices me out for like 4 days, like not responding to texts. And then
So, your girlfriend didn't respond to texts for 4 days?
she just said she needs some space. And then
Oh my God. All my womanese students. All my womanese students. All my womanese students. Let's run that back.
she like ices me out for like 4 days, like not responding to texts. And then she just said she needs some space. And then she's
When she says, I need space, what she means is I'm bleeping somebody else. Even guys who aren't a part of this community know what that means.
she's going to this bachelorette party this weekend. And so
So she ices you for 4 days, doesn't respond to texts. She says she needs space, and then she goes to a bachelorette party. 3 for 3.
in my mind's
There we
thinking,
go.
Yeah, Devin's right. This is a story. This didn't happen to him. This didn't happen to him. Once again, he's using a caricature. See, here's the thing. he's using an extreme caricature example, right? He's using an extreme caricature example to try to get this caricature response out of this red pill dating coach, right? Girl, I mean, what do you expect him to say? She doesn't text you for 4 days. She says she needs space, and she's going to a bachelorette party. What advice would you give him? Well, give her time and give her space. She'll come around. Get out of here with that.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about women, especially females that age. She's 23, right? She's at the peak of her looks, attractiveness. You did say she's basically total package in a way. She's really good looking. The reason that most women ask for space, they sense you breaking down.
Look, it actually looked like he had a little bit of looks like he had a little bit of a reality check here. Hang on a second.
Most women ask for space, they sense you breaking down.
Oh, let's look at that one more time.
Most women ask for space, they sense you breaking down.
Oh, that is the look. That is the look of an epiphany. He's like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I was breaking down. That look on his face is him realizing that this dude might have hit the bullseye.
Because the reason she got with you in the first place, because she saw you being alpha, right? She thought you was a masculine guy. You had your mind straight. You weren't like really needy. She started to see some chinks in your armor.
So you could see that the first thing that this guy sees with a problem in the relationship is that it is my fault. Now, I like that he wants me to take responsibility. In his defense, he seemed like he genuinely cared.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you're going to jump on a red pill coach because he said it was your fault. But then you had a doctor on for 15 minutes talking about how it's our fault the red pill community exists. So which is it? Is it our fault? Is it the man's fault? Or is it the women's fault? Are all women like that? Or are we all just degenerates who have mental problems? So when it comes to other guys and their girlfriends and red pill guys, oh no, they're the ones that have the issues. They have daddy issues. They have broken homes. They have abandonment issues. But when your girlfriend ices you out for 4 days and the dating coach points the finger at you, now it's a problem.
Okay, I'm not going to completely attack this guy. I'm going to attack his belief structure and the way he sees the world, not him.
It's not the way he sees the world, dude. It's the way the world is. That's the way the world is, dude. And again, I think this was a story. Dude, because if his girl didn't answer text for 4 days, then told him she needed space, then went to a bachelorette party, this relationship is not even. If this really did happen to him, then my friend, you are in big trouble.
He seems like he actually cared about me, right? And he wants to help me. So all credit to that. All right, I'm not going to be completely.
The reason why he's saying this is so that he doesn't look like a complete asshole. That's all.
Attacking his character, because that's not who I am personally.
Of course not.
But what?
More virtue signaling.
He said,
Listen, I'm not going to virtue signal. This guy's soft. That's all there is to it.
So there's a problem. He thinks that it was a fault of my own. So that's called projection 101.
Okay, projection 101. This guy's acting like a female. Anytime a woman disagrees with something somebody else says, there are two. There's number 1 and 1A. 1 and 1A. When a woman doesn't have an argument for something that you just said, the number 1 argument is you're projecting. 1A is you're gaslighting. How is he projecting? This is your situation. You said your girlfriend iced you out for 4 days. He's telling you it's your fault. How is he what is he projecting onto you? You're the one whose girlfriend iced you out 4 days, not him. You called him, not the other way around. So by him saying he's projecting, that's completely, that makes no sense. You just said that to try to make yourself look right. You didn't like the fact that he held you accountable for your girlfriend getting out of pocket on you. And guess what? You are.
Right, because he thinks that if a woman were to leave him, that he's not good enough.
What does this have to do with him? He's talking about you. And if a woman does leave him, there are a lot of other factors involved. But yeah, it might not because he isn't good enough. This is called hypergamy. Women do not love unconditionally, my friend, no matter how much you would like to believe they do. Your girlfriend does not love you conditionally, or your girlfriend does not love you unconditionally. My girlfriend doesn't love me unconditionally. And you want to know something? I wouldn't have it any other way.
He thinks that the only reason a woman leaves a guy is because you're not good enough, that I'm showing chinks in my armor.
No, he didn't say the only reason why she's leaving you is because you're showing chinks in the armor. You see what he's doing? He's putting words in this guy's mouth. He says you're showing chinks in the armor. He didn't say, well, there's only one reason why women really leave men. It's because they find chinks in the armor. Dude, women leave men for a lot of different reasons. One of, not the least of which, is you're not good enough. But that's not projecting. It's your girlfriend, my friend, not his.
That I'm fallible, that I'm not perfect, that I'm not alpha.
See, here we go. Who said anything about being perfect? Who said anything about being perfect? So now what this guy is saying is that dating coaches are telling guys that you have to be perfect to keep a woman, right? You have to be infallible to keep a woman. Dude, we're all infallible. None of us are perfect. SW247X, good to see you back in here. It's almost like a female is making these arguments. It's like a woman is making these arguments. Well, the only thing, no, he never said that.
Enough, bro.
Oh, see, there we go. Listen to this.
In my armor, that I'm fallible, that I'm not perfect, that I'm not alpha enough, bro.
See, there you go. Dude, fuck you, man. See, this guy, this is the kind of guy, now I'm getting all emotional. This is the kind of guy, he's never been in a fight in his life. I just saw that in there. All this false bravado and this and that and the other, man, he hates what he can't become. And dude, the red pill is so much more about being alpha, bro. Again, what is this, 2004? What the fuck is this, so suave? Who the hell talks about you're not alpha enough, bro? What are we doing? It's like someone gave him the internet from back in the mid-2000s. Dude, update Google Chrome, man. We're not on MySpace anymore, dude. Like, I know Facebook is only a couple of years old, but hit the refresh button every once in a while and see what shit is really like. Nobody says you're not alpha enough, bro, anymore. What are we doing? What is this, Neil Strauss, the mystery method? Paul Janka? What are we doing?
When you'll see by the end of this call what the truth behind why she did what she did.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah,
well, okay.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, of course you will.
Like right now, it's understandable. It's human nature. You like the girl. She's a good-looking bitch.
Good-looking bitch. I mean, if anything sums up the way he views women, I mean, calling a woman a bitch, like, okay.
Yeah, see, like, okay. Listen, Mr. Pinnacle of Man, look, dude, how can I put this, man? This guy, I think somebody just said it in the chat. He's doing this for a woman. Like, somebody says, like, something tells me, like, his woman is behind the camera because he's afraid to speak facts in front of his woman. Listen, I've had Devin here on the set, and my message does not change. Dude, we're going to be on the Fresh and Fit podcast next week. Guess what? Message ain't going to change. You understand? This guy, he looks like the kind of guy who's afraid to piss off his woman, and that's okay because we've all been there. But for this guy to act like he's got it figured out.
But you're kind of like, man, I'm trying to hold on to it, right? Let's be honest. You want to hold on to this chick. No woman is valuable without you.
I'm not trying to hold on to the chick. It's an equal, like, we make our lives better. I want her, but I don't need her.
Isn't that what he just said?
Right? There is no neediness with my girlfriend.
Oh, now who's defensive? There is no neediness with my girlfriend. Then why did you hire a dating coach, my friend? There's no neediness with your girlfriend? Then why are we on the phone with this guy in the first place?
Like, I want her in my life, but if she were to leave me tomorrow, it would suck. But like, I would find another girl.
Yeah, tell me that one more time. I don't believe you. Dude, this guy is... I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to be too hard on this guy, but I think he's just in the rage stage, and we've all been there. Some of us, we stay in the stage longer than others, but when it comes down to it, man, this guy, what it comes down to, and this is the kind of guy who's very dangerous to men who don't know any better. This guy has a channel called Pinnacle of Men. His goal is to help men, I guess, get good with women, right? Nothing on his channel. Let's take a look at his channel here. Nothing on his channel talks about self-improvement. She only wants this guy, the prawn industry shame eraser. She lies to save you. Harsh truth revealed. This guy, for all of his virtue signaling, it seems that all he is trying to do is, and again, I mean, listen, man, I can't knock the guy, but what we have discovered here in the Red Pill community is that our goal is to help men to become the best versions of themselves, Mr. Pinnacle of Man. And when you become the best version of yourself, when you chase excellence and not women, a funny thing happens. Women actually start to chase you. So right now, you can just tell, you can tell by his content that he is that he's in the beginning stages. And I think at some point this guy could probably have some truth. But his inexperience is it's so obvious because it's all about women. It's all about women for him. Listen, it was all about women for me at some point. But guess what? The reason I have all this is because I stopped chasing ass. That's why.
So he's projecting again a lot.
Projecting? Oh, God.
His own insecurity.
Yeah, right. Oh, so he's the one that's insecure. Wait, I'm not thirsty. I don't need my woman. If she were to break up with me, I'd go find another girl. But yeah, it's his own insecurity. Dude, really? Hold on. Just I'm gonna play this whole thing. This is funny as shit. Watch this. This is hilarious.
Hold on to this chick. No woman is valuable without you.
This actually sounds like a friend of mine, Todd. So we're gonna count how many times he tries to convince us that he's not needy.
I'm not trying to hold on to the chick. It's an equal, like, we make our lives better. I want her, but I don't need her. Right? There is no neediness with my girlfriend. Like, I want her in my life, but if she were to leave me tomorrow, it would suck. But like, I would find another girl.
Right.
So he's projecting again a lot.
Yeah, right. Projecting again, even though you told us 4 times that you don't need your girlfriend. And again, and I guess let me finish my thought. Guys like this are dangerous to men who don't know any better, because this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, this guy has very surface level knowledge on how to attract women when you're out and about. That's it. And listen, you got to start somewhere, right? This guy has a very remedial understanding of what red pill truth is. What he's pissed off about is to really get good with women, you got to do and be things that you're going to have to be uncomfortable doing and being. That's where he's having trouble. You have to do and be completely the opposite of what you've trained to do and be. He doesn't want to get uncomfortable. He doesn't want to have to piss off his girlfriend. Guys like this are very, very dangerous. I'm telling you. His own security. Yeah, look at him. Dude, he looks like he's almost afraid to admit it. This is crazy, man. No wonder just like Lair Signal 94, good to see you, when he says, yeah, that's why she iced him for 4 days. Come on, man. Again, I don't have anything against this guy, but what bugs me more than anything is that this guy, you guys ever watch the TV show So You Think You Can Dance? You ever watch that? I used to watch it all the time. Dude, back when I was married to Darcy, we used to watch it all the time. It was a great show. Kat Daly and blah, 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 blah. And Nigel Lithgow, I guess, who was the dance version of Simon Cowell, and Mary Murphy, and Travis Wall, and all those choreographers. The one thing that used to piss them off the most is when they're in the audition phase, right? They have dancer after dancer, hey, you're going to Vegas, blah, 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 blah. Dancer after dancer, and of course you have some amazing dancers and some terrible dancers. Then they'd have a terrible dancer come through, and they'd be so terrible, they would laugh them off the stage and be like, how long have you danced for? 5 years. Okay, and what do you do for a living? Well, I actually teach dance. They lose it with these people. They're like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a terrible dancer, yet you're teaching other people to do what you do? That's what this is. This guy has a very remedial understanding of the red pill. He's watched a few videos, he's read a few books, so he thought he could start a YouTube channel. And guess what? The reason why he's experienced this kind of growth is because it's not really the truth. It's very, how can I put this? It is very, like, you don't have to, there's nothing that, you don't have to get out of your comfort zone. Naturally, meet and attract high quality women in your day-to-day life. Nothing in there is about self-improvement. You come to my channel, I'm telling you, look, check this out. You got to hit the gym, number 1. Number 2, you got to not be afraid to piss off your girl. Number 3, you got to weather the storms, right? I tell guys that it ain't easy living this life, but this guy wants you to think you can just naturally meet and attract high quality women in your day-to-day life by doing nothing but existing. Nope. Being successful in life and subsequently with women takes work. That's it, period. And when guys like this, who have a very shallow understanding of the sexual relationships between men and women start channels like this and then come after guys like us, this guy's dangerous, man.
Neediness.
When I say that is, I got a main chick, right? I know that she isn't shit without me. I complete her. She doesn't complete me.
That's right.
She has no value without me.
That's right.
Because I make her life.
That's right. See? Do you see? He just laughs because, oh my God, this guy's just so ignorant. Do you see how willing this guy is? So sure of himself. He is actually laughing at facts. Laughing at facts. This dude just told him, listen, my woman has no value without me. My woman has no value without me. The only reason she has value is because she is with me. Take my own girlfriend, for example. How many people respected Devin before I got a hold of her? I don't know, maybe 2, right? 2 of them maybe in her family. Devin now has the respect of one of the hardest communities to gain respect as a female. Devin has more respect from more Red Pill content creators, Red Pill audiences than probably any other female that I know. Maybe there are others out there, but I can't think of any. More women respect Devin now more than ever, and it has everything to do with this guy. If we break up, if she kicks me to the curb or I kick her to the curb, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna get right back on the horsey merry-go-round. That's what she's gonna do. And her value will continue to plummet. That's just the way of it, man. That's just the way of it, man. So for him to say, oh my God, no, I can't believe this guy. Nope. This is a guy that puts women on a pedestal. Again, because he lacks the requisite experience. That's what it comes down to. Look at him.
Where do I go with this one?
Oh my God, oh my God.
If you're with a girl that has no value without you, then you're with a low quality girl.
Oh, really? What exactly gives her quality?
Like, if you're with a woman,
he's going to say it again,
that you see has no value without you, you are with a low quality woman. That's
no, fam. No woman has value without me. That's how this works. Yes, there are women that do have a little bit of value when you meet them, but she's not going to have nearly the same value as when I get a hold of her. Devin had a little bit of value when I met her, right? She had certain traits, certain characteristics that I saw, okay, maybe we can make something work here, right? When I got a hold of her, Devin times 10. Dude, she looks better than she's ever, she's healthier than she's ever been. She has more, again, it's about the respect, man. Devin has more respect from more men than she could ever dream. Everyone at the CME treated her with the utmost respect. It's not because she walked in there without me. No, that's not going to happen. No, a man gives a woman respect. A man gives a woman value. No, this guy thinks that a woman's quality has everything to do with the way she looks. No, her looks give her value, or her looks give her value. Doesn't necessarily give her quality. Again, a lot of good-looking women out there, a lot of high sexual market value, not a lot of quality.
That's all I'm going to say about that piece.
Women can really sense. They have a sixth sense for this to spot out weak neediness, to spot out small, tiny chinks in your armor.
We'll agree with him that women do have an ability to point out your own insecurities.
I don't understand why he keeps saying woman.
They reflect. The feminine nature is a mirror to you. So if you're insecure about your baldness or you're overweight or whatever, she's going to reflect that back to you, and you can see that as her being mean, but it's kind of like a test. All women do it, and I see it as an opportunity to work on yourself better. So if you're insecure about your baldness or not having enough money, it's going to come out, and that means you need to work on it, right? Because if you're secure about everything in yourself, then you don't see yourself as being needy. You see what I mean?
Stop the presses. He actually spoke some truth. Who knew?
My girl has been with me. Notice I said she's been with me because I haven't been with her. She's been alongside my program. She works for me. When it comes to a woman being on your program, go that route because they think, okay, I'm bad, I look good. I don't have to listen to you.
Real talk.
She's not submitting. and she's not trying to, help you out with your business, she should be cut off immediately.
Okay.
Because she's not bringing no value to your life. Matter of fact, speaking of value, what value is she actually bringing? Because she ain't want to do that. What does she bring to your life? Take away looks, take away sex. What is she doing?
Why am I taking away that? That's like the best part.
You see?
No, here's the thing, because that's not valuable.
Why is it not valuable?
I'll tell you why that's not valuable. This guy says, wait a minute, why do I have to take away that? Mr. Pinnacle of Man, and again, you can tell this man doesn't have much experience with women. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, man. Listen, we all were at a point where we didn't have much experience with women. I will give him that. But when someone asks you, what does your girl bring to the table other than the way she looks and sex? Well, wait a minute. Why do I have to take away sex? Why is that not valuable? The reason it's not valuable is because she's given it to 264 other guys. That's why. That's why. When your woman gives or brings something into your life that she hasn't given away to a bunch of other people, that's value. That is actual value. So, again, he is valuing, well, wait a minute, best sex, listen.
Why is that not valuable? She's the best sex ever, and you're telling me that's not valuable?
She's the best sex ever. You're telling me that's not valuable? Now look at him. He's laughing because he's like, how is this not valuable? Dude, come on, man. Come on, man. How is this not valuable? Oh, and he's laughing because he just knows he's right. Guys, this is a man who does not have enough experience with women. I don't think there's any reason to continue on with this. I think that we have made our point. And you know what? It's interesting. Oops, wait a minute. I disappeared. There we go. I think it's very interesting to point out again, and I didn't realize this until about halfway through this video. It was almost like, you guys remember the video that I did with the adult film star married to the preacher? And we're like, oh, the preacher's a simp and blah, 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 blah. We actually figured out on the air, wait a minute, Pastor's actually got some game. Pastor is really the one in control. Sure enough, the guy hits me up on Facebook and says, dude, it was hilarious. Well, that's what this is. That's what this is. Halfway through, I think I have figured out what's really going on. Listen, we all knew that he wasn't experienced with women. But guys like him are a danger to men who really need the truth. This guy wants to swallow. This guy is like, he's like a feminist. He only wants to pick and choose the points that are beneficial to him, the ones that are easy. And the dead giveaway is, wait a minute, why do a dating coach just asked him, well, what does your girl bring to you outside of sex? Well, wait a minute. Why do I have to leave out sex? Wait, she's the best sex ever. How's that not valuable? I'm sorry, do you really think you're the only guy who's saying she's the best sex ever? So if a girl gives you the best sex ever, then that makes her valuable? No, it's not valuable if she's given it to dozens of other people, you idiot. But again, he doesn't understand that because he lacks the requisite experience. And this is why guys like this are dangerous. This guy is touting himself as an expert when he's clearly not. Clearly he's not. Dude, listen, whatever dating coach or red pill guy or dating guru you follow, if the guy you're following that gives you advice about women, if he doesn't piss you off at least once a week, then guess what? You're listening to the wrong, you're listening to the wrong guy. Anytime you're nodding, oh yeah, no, man, you got to want to push back because there's going to be some shit. There's going to be some shit that you're going to have to do or say or be that's going to rub you the wrong way. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You can't just naturally meet and attract high quality women in your day-to-day life. No. Being successful takes work. Living the red pill life takes years of practice. Becoming good with women takes years of experience. This guy who is positioning himself as an expert is going to lead all of these men astray. His market are post-red pillars. No, they're not. His market are guys who are just who found the red pill, decide, well, I don't want to be like those misogynistic guys, and that just sounds too hard. That's his market. You want to know something? This guy will probably have 300,000 subscribers probably within a matter of months. You want to know why? Because he doesn't talk about self-improvement. He doesn't talk about what guys really need to do. All he does is say, hey, man, you can just naturally meet high-quality women. And apparently high-quality women also are high-value women if they look good and give you good sex. I've slept with a lot of good-looking women who gave me a lot of great sex. Not a one of them was high value, or not a one of them was high quality. Not a one of them was high. Listen, she had high value, and the way she looked, she had a nice ass, had a nice rack. Guess what? High sexual market value usually means very low relationship market value. You ever heard of that, Mr. Pinnacle of Man? So you got to be very careful. Got to be very careful about the guys you follow. You really, really have to be careful. He says, well, why aren't they doing this, dude? Go take a look at my Facebook, man. Take a look at my Instagram. The proof's in the pudding. And whatever content creators talking about, okay, so he put my real name out there, and he alleges that, and he told everybody I was married. I'm not married. But even if I was, what difference does it make? Right? What I talk about is the truth. What I talk about works. Nope, this guy would have you believe that all you have to do is be in the right place at the right time. You got high-quality women. Unbelievable. Let me read the rest of the super chats. Let's see here. Oh, never mind. Oh, no, I got a couple more. A Practical Stoic with the $5 super chat says she took the fake taxi to go see the dancing bear. Wait, the dancing bear? I don't understand that. All right. Okay. All right. Mike No-Go Zones says he sounds like the pinnacle of simping. That's exactly right. C-Dub says his market is diluted Thigma males. Dude, don't get me started on those guys. Let me read a couple from Sharp Stream. Coming up, we're going to go with Womanese Wednesdays with Allende Fit. That's coming up. We were going to do it at 5. Looks like we're going to do it at the bottom of the hour. Dre Raven says he seems like a knockoff Alexander Grace. I would agree with that. Hellfong says, I smell chimpanzee. This guy is made of bitch. Serious. Dude, Serious nails it. He says, what infuriates me is his condescending, bad faith storytelling. He lacks awareness about the context of the story he's telling. In the story, a girl that ghosts you and wants space clearly thinks she has more value than you. Let's not play games. Exactly. Dancing bear is mentioned in the video. There's a meme of a girl at a bachelor party doing something. Dancing bear is those bachelor parties. Well, there, go after the... Oh, dancing bear is a... Oh, I didn't know that. Wait a minute. Oh, boy. Oh, it's a male. So what does he dress up in a bear costume? Hang on, actually, you know what? Let me not Google that. Get all sorts of malware on my computer. Okay, all right. Oh, okay, so that's why he said she took a fake taxi to go see that. Okay, all right. You guys have to understand, man, I don't watch spicy movies. I just don't. So you guys are going to have to give me, you guys are going to have to, Okay, so coming up next is Womanese Wednesdays with Allende Fit, and then right after that, it is going to be the last and final breakdown of Temptation Island Season 1, Episode 11, the very last breakdown, and then of course I'm going to start on the next season. Should be very, very good. JB84 says, yes, well, half a bear costume. Okay, all right, okay, I gotcha. And women love it. Wow, okay, all right. Dancing bear, like, dude, whatever happened to, like, good old-fashioned spicy movies? Dude, a girl is wearing nothing but heels and a smile. A guy is standing there smiling, and they get down to business. Now we got dancing bears. Wow. Oh my God. That is insane. Can he see out of the? Oh my God, this is incredible. So so E-Love says a friend dressed up in a similar bear costume in the club, and the girls were grinding all over him. So girls know what this is too. A dancing bear. Yeah, Mike the Supreme says, dude, what happened to the pizza guy, right? What happened to the guy who shows up at the MILF's house, the MILF dressed to next to nothing, opens the door, it's the pizza man. He sits down and he shows her the sausage pizza, they get down to business. Whatever happened to the plumber? Hey, I'm Miss Jones, I'm here to clean your pipes. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to good old-fashioned spicy movies, man? Now we got dancing bears? Oh my God. Oh man, dude, I'm gonna tell you what, dude. Back when I haven't whacked off since I was 37 years old. So that is almost, I'll be 44 in August. That's almost 7 years, man. Uncle Ram says pizza means something else now. Oh, okay. Dude, listen, man, there was the plumber. There was the pizza guy. What else? What other kind of spicy movies were there? There's all kinds of stuff. And now we got bears who dance. Quick Cut says, now we have step family members. All right, I don't know what that means. All right, so at the bottom of the hour, I'm going to be joined by Allende Fit. If you are on SharpStream, I'm going to keep the feed going on SharpStream. So after the outro, I'm going to cut the audience to YouTube and Facebook and all the rest of that. And then I'm going to start another live stream on YouTube, and we will continue on that way. Viking Paradigm. Wait a minute. Yeah, dude, right. What happened? Right. What happened to the dude? Listen, this is when porn was porn or prawn was prawn, right? The postman, the mailman, the pool boy, right? MILF Mrs. Jones is, sitting out wearing her, slingshot bikini. The pool boy comes over, they get down to business. Damn, dude. New York's Ninth Wonder, good to see you in here. Yeah, dude. Dude, those are the golden years of pornography. Now we have dancing bears. That is weird. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hang on a second. There we go. That is going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. There we go. Thank you all for joining. Again, Womanies Wednesdays at the bottom of the hour. If you're on SharpStream, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/Donovan Sharp. Link in description.